Kia ora everyone, it's ShiverMeTingles. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be answering some of your questions. This video is a celebration video to celebrate 20k. I am going to be drinking whiskey. Okay, first question is by Zero Cool, asking, will there also be water? Yes, there is water. We have some water here. So if I get desperately thirsty for something other than hard liquor, this is here. And if you want some, I'll just leave it here for you to drink if you get thirsty, okay? I care about you guys. Your hydration is important to me. Oh my god, my eyes. ASMR Musings asks, weirdest ASMR story / request that you've come across. Someone once asked me to do an entire video in a language that I don't speak. And like, no offense to other languages, there are plenty of languages that I'd love to learn. I just don't know if I would learn an entire language just for a video, you know. If I was going to learn a language, it would be to learn about the culture and to like speak to other people who speak that language, not to do an entire video. Sorry. It's like burning my nostril hairs. What percentage is this? 43.2%. Mel Yakabuza asks, if you could live anywhere of your choice within this planet, where would it be and why? The UK, the Netherlands, I'm half Dutch, or like Scandinavia. I'm like quite obsessed with like the Swedish landscape. I really like this YouTuber called Jonna Jinten. She makes beautiful cinematic videos of the Swedish, like very North Sweden landscape, so probably around there. Jerry Blad asks, do you paint like a professional? I want to. Do I play an instrument? Yes, but very badly. How big is your collection of minerals and crystals? I'd say it's at least like 100 pieces, if not more. How old are you? I am 27.
I'm 27.
I'll be 27 for one more week, and then on the 15th I will be 28. Murmuring Moon ASMR asks, someone correct me if I missed it, but are you planning on doing a bloopers video? I always look forward to when others do them. Many hilarious things happen while filming that get cut out. Not in this video, but I did a blooper reel at the end of 2021, and it was quite stressful because you have to keep track of like all of your footage over the year, which is a lot of footage, and I don't recommend doing that via iMovie because iMovie just notoriously hates people who make videos. So I do monthly blooper reels on my Patreon, so you can head to the link in the description if you want to see monthly blooper reels on Patreon. Andrew Espinoza asks, have you considered doing guided meditations or mukbangs? I have considered doing guided meditations. I can do those if people ask for them. I'm not a really big fan of mukbangs. I feel a bit self-conscious when people watch me eat. They also ask what my favourite video game is. So, I would say my all-time favourite video game is probably Skyrim. I do like The Witcher. I don't know if it has as much replay value as something like Skyrim. And I'm also a really big fan of Catherine. Oh, and I like Sonic the Hedgehog a lot. Play It Cool asks, do I like travelling? If you like travelling, where is your favourite place that you already visit? What place would you like to visit next if you're planning to travel soon? I've actually never left Aotearoa before. Do I like watching sports? Do I like watching motorsport? Formula 1 or soccer. If you like watching sports, what is your favourite sports? I don't like watching sports. I'm not really a sporty person. I never have been. In high school, I was described as the girl who was afraid of balls. So yeah, I'm just not very into like athletics or sports. I am into like working out and going to the gym and hiking and stuff like that, but not really into like team or competitive sports. Sorry. Delta asks, have you ever had a paranormal activity? Are you a superstitious person? I think it might be haunted. I don't think it's broken. No, it's not. Camera shy. No. Dan Tax says, Kia ora. What are your favourite triggers? Positive vibes from Callie. Yay, whiskey. Yay, whiskey. I've been listening to ASMR for about a decade, and I have trained my brain to get ASMR from everything. If you have the word ASMR at the start of a video, I will get tingles from that video regardless of what happens in it. I've like read heartfelt letters and comments and got ASMR from them. I can get ASMR from like people walking past me. It's getting to the point where it's like just everywhere. I can just do it on demand. I sound like a freak. Rex Racer asks, favourite dessert, cheesecake or tiramisu? Is it tiramisu? What's the one that you like get the blowtorch? Tiramisu? Tiramisu. No, that's the coffee thing. What am I thinking of? It's like custardy. Custard. Blowtorch. Creme brulee. Creme brulee. Creme brulee. Creme brulee. Apparently I don't love it enough to remember what it's called. Early bird or night owl? Night owl. I actually don't remember the last time I woke up before midday unless I had like specifically planned to do so. Squares, circles or triangles. Definitely a circle. I'm definitely like a circle person. I enjoy the infinite roundness of it. What is something that makes me laugh out loud? Probably anything that's made by Taika Waititi. That man is a funny genius. JC ASMR asks, what is your skincare routine? Okay, so in the morning, I don't wash my face. I just like splash with water. And then I put on some hyaluronic acid and some niacinamide. And then I put on a moisturizer and then I put on an SPF. And then in the evening, I will use like either like a baby oil or like just like an oil-based cleanser if I have makeup on or sunscreen, and use that to remove the base product, so I double cleanse. Then I wash with a foaming cleanser by QandA, and then I apply some glycolic acid, and then after that the hyaluronic acid, then the niacinamide, and then I moisturize. And then once a week I will do an AHA, BHA exfoliant, basically. Isol J asks, do I have a type of MBTI? Personality, yes. If so, what is it? Is that one of those Myers-Briggs things? I feel like every time I do that, I get a completely different answer. Let's do one now. Should we do one now? We're gonna do one now. Okay, let's do one now. Myers-Briggs. You spend a lot of your time exploring various topics that pique your interest. Sure, yeah, that sounds good. You prefer to completely finish one product before starting another? Absolutely disagree. You feel comfortable walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation? Absolutely not. You're more inclined to follow with your head than your heart. This one. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. I work on YouTube. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Yes. You have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Disagree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Disagree. I feel like I'm being very black and white about this. I'm wondering how much that's going to affect my results. You feel very intrigued by things labelled as controversial. Agree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Yeah. According to this, I am an INFP, or the mediator. I don't like it. Can I pick something else? Can I pick, are there others? What are there others? Is this like astrology? Am I stuck with this? There's 16 of them. How come I got this one? Oh, I have done this before in the past. When I've taken this, I had this guy who's got a sports bag. and he is the entrepreneur. I'm an Aries, if that counts. Toa Olisi asks, what exotic animal would you want as a pet? This, if he doesn't count as exotic, probably, I have like been considering getting a pet axolotl. I've kind of wanted one for quite some time now. Does that smell good? They also ask what fictional creature I would like as a pet. Do you mean fictional creature as in like from a book or a movie, or do you mean like mythical as in like from like mythology? Because if it's a fictional creature, then I want King Jareth from The Labyrinth as a pet. But if you're talking mythical or like mystical creature, I don't think I could settle for anything less than a manticore. Ryan asks, do you watch anything? Favourite movie or TV show? If it's difficult to choose specifics, then maybe name a few. Favourite movies? Labyrinth. Pretty much anything made by Edgar Wright. Except for Last Night in Soho. I didn't like that movie. Napoleon Dynamite. There's a movie called Stoker by Park Chan-wook. I also like Fight Club. I have like a really weird affinity for Barbie movies. What We Do in the Shadows by Taika Waititi. As for TV shows, I really like Lucifer. I've watched Shadowhunters, the Netflix original, about 8 times. And a lot of the shows I really like keep getting cancelled. I really loved Santa Clarita Diet, and that got cancelled. I really loved Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, and that got cancelled. Dracula show that has Jonathan Rhys-Meyers in it, that got cancelled. So yeah, I like a lot of shows that get cancelled. I really like Rick and Morty, Big Mouth. I love Disenchantment. I'm obsessed with this show called Ruby. It's by Rooster Teeth. It's amazing. There's a character called Yang who is like everything that I love about a woman. There are a couple of animes that I really like. I love Fruits Basket. That show makes me cry like a freaking baby. And then there's like the really obvious ones like Death Note. I also like kind of old British TV shows like Black Books, Mighty Boosh. There's a couple of role plays I want to do inspired by the Mighty Boosh, but I think that it might be a little bit too much. Victor Silvas asks, what kind of music do you like? On here, I have The Weeknd, I have Aurora, Ash Nico, Depeche Mode, The Pretty Reckless. I'd say The Pretty Reckless is probably my favourite band. Evanescence, Scott, spelled S-K-O-T-T, Frank and Benjamin, because I grew up in the Waikato, My Chemical Romance, Ex-Ambassadors, The Killers, Demi Lovato, Adam Lambert, Seven Lions, oh my god, Seven Lions, Lady Gaga, Blackpink, Knife Party, Queen. I actually had the privilege of seeing Queen live, minus Freddie Mercury, obviously. Michael Anselmi asks, are you a good cook and what's your signature dish? I'd say I'm an amazing cook. When I was studying, I had this like break between 2 semesters where I had no exams at all. So I had essentially like 6 weeks to do whatever I wanted. So I just kind of spent most of my time teaching myself how to cook. I pretty much binged the entirety of Gordon Ramsay's YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, I am a really big Gordon Ramsay fan. There's a porcini mushroom pasta that I make, which I'm really good at making. One of my main goals is to get to a point of success where I can do a collab with Gordon Ramsay, because I think Gordon Ramsay doing ASMR would be one of the funniest things to ever exist. So make sure you subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe so that I can do a video with Gordon Ramsay. Splayfoot1 asks, what's your favourite place in NZ and what makes it special? Rotowiti. Rotowiti is down in like Nelson, near the Nelson Lakes. And it's this beautiful picturesque lake with mountains. It's also known as St. Arnaud. I climbed St. Arnaud between 2020 and 2021. And it was like horrible. I don't know if you've climbed a mountain before, but I think I completely underestimated how hard it was going to be. So I didn't really prepare myself for it, but it was one of the worst things I've ever done. But once I got to the top, I have no words to describe the level of like bliss. I feel like climbing a mountain really gives you like a strong sense of perspective. You really begin to understand that like as an individual you are really insignificant, but in a way that is freeing, I guess. When you see that the whole world is out in front of you, suddenly what you do doesn't mean anything. And it's kind of this invitation to do whatever you want. And I feel like that is what happened to me when I climbed a mountain, I suddenly realised that, oh, there are so many things I want in life that I'm not doing because I get so caught up in my head about it, and I just think that everything is such a big deal, like a way bigger deal than it actually is. And now that I'm here, I can see that nothing is a big deal. And once you accept nothing is a big deal, suddenly everything you do is just purely for the enjoyment of doing it, I guess. Jessica asks, what's your favourite holiday? Love from Ireland. Probably Christmas. Norris Knows asks, hi you, what are your plans for the channel, as in how big would you like to get, and do you feel comfortable about becoming more well known and recognisable? My plans for the channel are to basically consistently make content until I can sustain an income from the channel and then maintain that. So when I say an income, I mean I would like to be able to purchase my own home, and I'd like to be able to pay off my student loan. The reason why I'm laughing is because in Aotearoa, the average house price is $1 million. So, you know, that might be it might mean that the channel might have to get quite big in order for me to be able to do that. I think I'm fine with becoming more well known. I just want to be able to make content and be creative, and if becoming more well known is the byproduct of that, then that's perfectly fine. I'm really not bothered by that. The other day I wrote up a 10-year plan, which basically involves what I'd like to do over time, how I'd like the content I make to evolve, what I'd like to add, because I'm a very creative person and there are many things I want to do with my life. I want to write and record music, write a couple of novels, paint and sell art on top of making ASMR full-time. So basically this whole thing is just an elaborate plan for me to be able to just be creative for the rest of my life and enjoy doing that. The Harris asks, are there any triggers you enjoy listening to / seeing but hate doing? It's not so much that I hate doing it, I really love cinematic ASMR. I love the way they pan over like a setup they have and like do cutaways, footage and the set to like build the scene. And I love watching it. It really triggers my ASMR, but I've tried making it and it's so hard. I've tried it like twice now and it's just a lot of work. I'm very much driven by instant gratification. That's why I prefer to make lots of content in a short period of time, because I have so many ideas that I just have to keep churning them out and not focus on them too much so I can move on to the next thing. Something I really admire and wish I could do, but I just don't have the patience for it. Luke the Fraser asks, what's your favourite New Zealand food or beverage? Whittaker's chocolate. Wesley Critchett asks, what's the most awkward thing to happen while filming a video? This. Yep. Jens asks, do you think there are more doors or wheels on the planet? I remember reading this the other day, this question. I think I decided doors, because you've got things like fridge doors and household doors, dishwasher doors and car doors. Whereas wheels, it's just mostly vehicles, you know? So I would say there's more doors. Spaceman Rob asks, coffee or tea? Both. Definitely both. Coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon. Gabe Valdez asks, if you could live anywhere in Middle Earth, where would it be and why? Lothlorien, except without Galadriel there, because she kind of gives me cult leader vibes, or Rivendell, and if like Aragorn and Arwen were like running it, yeah, because I'd like to be their third. Tina asks, who are your favourite ASMRtists? Full disclosure, there are many and they change often. At the moment, Goodnight Moon. I really love Moonlight Cottage as well, she's so talented. I really like Luna Bloom. Myling's amazing. The White Rabbit ASMR. Angelica. There are like definitely like old favourites and like old faithfuls like GB and Gentle Whispering. Squabs asks, who is your favourite Pokemon and why? Psyduck. I really vibe with Psyduck. Damascus21 asks, what am I nerdy about? What am I nerdy about? I'm pretty nerdy when it comes to like movies. I will go into like full-blown English essay mode when it comes to like the concepts and the meanings behind movies. I have a biology/psychology degree, so I'm really nerdy about plants animals. I'm really into things like the esoteric, spirituality, consciousness, religion. I really like learning about spirituality from like other people. I really like Sadhguru, Teal Swan, Eckhart Tolle. I like thinking and talking about things like aliens. Brian Cox discusses the theories of multi-universes and how particles jump from universe to universe consistently, and it makes me wonder about things like paranormal experiences and things like ghosts and angels and fairies and stuff like that, and how much of that is just particles jumping from universe to universe and us just like experiencing that briefly, like a single particle, and then kind of attributing it to a ghost or a supernatural event when it's just a particle from another universe jumping from one to another. And then like makes me think about things like dreams and creativity, and like whether ideas are like truly original, and whether or not like the things that we create or the things we dream about are just particles jumping from one universe to another, and if like what we actually imagine is actually happening in an alternate reality as we speak. I guess I'm nerdy about that kind of thing. New type X1V asks Angel or Spike. Cordelia. Lizzie Lestrange asks, what are 3 things you'd like to do or try from your bucket list? So number 1 is to travel. As I said, I've never left the country before, so I really, really want to travel. I really want to do the UK and Europe and Asia really badly. I want to go to Japan and China, Canada. Secondly, I'd really like to go bungee jumping, and I think also getting a dog, like big like German Shepherd or a rescue breed, and just have a dog. ASMR Sammy asks, what is one thing that you love about New Zealand, one thing you'd change, and one thing that you think people outside of New Zealand should know about the country before visiting? Love you. Love you too. Okay, one thing I love about New Zealand is the scenery. It's a beautiful, picturesque country. All you have to do is like travel for like an hour in any direction and you will find a body of water, whether that be the ocean or a lake or something. It's a very accessible country in terms of like getting into nature. One thing I would change, and this is kind of like intertwined with one thing that I'd like people to know is things here are really, really expensive. As I said, houses are expensive, appliances, electronics, food is really, really expensive, and it's purely because we're just like this little isolated land mass island at the bottom of the earth. Danny Docile asks, the biggest animal you think you could take in a fight? I want to say polar bear, but it's probably not a polar bear. Maybe a cheetah. Not that I would want to fight a cheetah at all. If you could rename any number, what number to what name? Probably something like 100, like 100, 200, and like 1,000. I think it's like, why do we go from like 1, 2, and then to 20 to just like straight up just like a single word called 100? Like, you don't have a 20. It's not like 220. It's like 2 20. It's not like 20 as a word on its own. So why do we have 100, 1,000, 1,000,000? Why is that a thing? So maybe change like 100 to like ooey, 1-ooey, 2-ooey, 3-ooey, maybe? What do you find to be very attractive qualities in people or things? I really like people that get therapy. Are you a loud sneezer? No, I've almost completely successfully learned the art of sneezing silently because of the number of exams that I've had to do. The biggest thing that you think you could hide in your room? A boat? Maybe like a fishing boat? A small orchestra? Maybe? Real Erica Jenner asks, what do you carry in your day-to-day handbag? Let's have a look, shall we? So I just went to get this, and stood up and realized how like drunk I was. It like went straight to like this part of my brain. It's not like I feel drunk or anything. I just feel, I keep slurring my words. So bear with. Anyway, this is my handbag. I haven't looked in here for a few days, so I have no idea what's inside it. Let's have a look. We have a wallet. We have a makeup compact by Laura Mercier. Pawpaw ointment. 2 USBs, a glasses bag, a hair tie, and a tampon. Usually I put a water bottle in here because I'm very passionate about hydration, and usually there is a mask in here. There's usually hand sanitizer, usually like a comb or something. I haven't really left the house recently, so that's what's in there currently. This handbag is made by Sabin, which is a brand from Aotearoa. Yep. Instant Wagoner asks, do I like pineapple on pizza? No, I don't like pineapple on pizza. I don't think the Italians intended on pineapple to go on pizza, so I don't think it goes on pizza. But in saying that, I really like barbecue sauce on pizza, and I don't think the Italians intended on that being on pizza either, so what do I know? But I will tell you that pineapple is amazing for clearing up skin. Like, if I have a breakout, I'll take some pineapple and just like rub it onto my face in the evenings, and then wake up and like the breakout is significantly reduced. So yeah, pineapple not on pizza, but yes on skin. Bower Socks John asks, okay Shiver, I have 2 questions for you. How did you get into Depeche Mode, and what are your favourite toppings on your pizza? Depeche, I was watching The Vampire Diaries, and there was a cover of Enjoy the Silence in it, which I really liked, and so I was listening to that for a long time. And then I found out it was a cover, and started listening to the original, which was by Depeche Mode. And one of my favourite toppings on pizza, blue cheese and caramelised onion. I make amazing blue cheese and caramelised onion homemade pizza with some spinach, and like an amazing like homemade tomato puree on like a homemade pizza dough. Daniel M801 asks, what was the most challenging video for you so far? The kind of Black Box inspired ASMR video that had like cinematic ASMR in it. That was really challenging. It's probably one of my favourite videos I've made. I think the jokes in it are like peak ShiverMeTingles comedy. So you should watch that if you haven't. So that way you can say you're a true ShiverMeTingles fan. Kev Nitu asks, how do you handle the creative blocks if you have any? I don't really get creative blocks. I'm kind of, my philosophy when it comes to creativity is to just keep creating and avoid perfectionism as much as possible. Perfectionism is a creativity killer. You can become quite paralyzed or stifled by your vision, so much so that you have this like really scarcity mindsets, things like doubt and insecurity and things like that. You have to accept that things will never be what your mind wants them to be. You can have as much vision as you want to be, but nothing will ever meet that. And when a creative block comes up, typically I find it's because I've allowed perfectionism to get in the way. So I manage that by just making things, whether that be painting, singing, songwriting, making videos, dancing, just play, anything like that, to just get the creative engine. I went to a songwriting conference once where the person running it said, don't be afraid to make crap, because crap makes great fertilizer, which grows into something beautiful. I handle creative blocks by not attaching myself to my art, making lots and lots and lots of art, consuming lots and lots and lots of art, and accepting that creation is about the process, not about the final product. Virtually Real ASMR asks, what would be your reaction if you saw a ghost? I'd be checking to see if I was like okay, if I was like sane, if I was having like a dissociation, or if I was asleep, depending on the context. If I knew in my like heart of hearts it was a ghost, I'd probably be a bit sad. And they also ask, did you know that you have the best ASMR YouTube name? Do I? I'm actually thinking about changing it. Nothing to like anything too different. I just wonder if ShiverMeTingles is a bit long. I think I was going to change it. It'd be something like Shiver ASMR I think. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Tell me your thoughts. Do you like ShiverMeTingles? Do you think Shiver ASMR would be better? I want to know. Please tell me. I'm drunk. Thank you so much to everybody who has submitted questions. I'm sorry if I couldn't get to yours. I think if I answered every question, this video would be like several hours long. A lot of the questions were repeated, so I just kind of went with the first ones that I saw. I'm quite drunk. Surprisingly, I only had one of these and I am just like really feeling it. So I'm gonna finish up this video now and have some toast or something. I just wanted to say thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. I think we're now at 21,000, which is awesome. I really appreciate all of the support, all the comments that you guys write. They really do reinforce me and keep me making content for you all. I'm glad that you really love the creative videos I make, and I'm really looking forward to what's to come in the future. So thanks again so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever time space continuum you choose to reside on, and I will see you in the next video. Ka kite, my friend. Goodbye.